Pops. Wake up. Oh, oh, it's you. Yeah, it's me. Yeah. What you doing? Well, we're getting ready for Todd Oliver Storytime. Yeah. Late? No, you were sleeping. I was sleeping, yeah. I was sleeping, yes. How long have you been sleeping? About a week and a half. A week and a half? Yeah. You must have been tired, I guess so. Well, what could make you so tired? And you? I'm just kidding. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. Can we get started? Go ahead. I'm ready. Okay. Well, I hope you're ready too, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. I'm Todd Oliver, and welcome again to our second episode of Todd Oliver's Storytime. And our last episode, I had my first little friend, Joey Clark, with us for that story. And today I have a new little friend of mine. We've been friends for a long time. This is Pops. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And you know who you are. Yes, I do. Well, make sure you tell them. Yeah, I'm Todd Oliver. I think they already knew that. Why'd you tell them? Would you knock it off? All right. Well, anyways, boys and girls, welcome again. And, Todd Oliver's Storytime is all about books. And we have a new book this week, and it's called Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, yeah, you're going to read it. Well, I already read it, yeah. And I thought we could read it to the boys and girls and moms and dads and brothers and sisters and dogs and cats. Yeah. Does your dog or your cat read? Well, I don't know. He's never asked to borrow a book. Oh, I see. Well, I love books. Yeah. Books. Yeah. Books. I bet you can't say it real fast. Book. No, don't that make him the biggest chicken you ever seen. All right, can we do the story? No, all right. Well, like I said, today's, there you go again. I have a little bit of a congestion. Yeah. Oh, why don't you see the doctor? That's what I do. Oh, you go to the doctor? No, I don't trust him. How come? All the patients are sick. You get it? Yes. Well, boys and girls, again, today's story is Little Red Riding Hood. And now this is a fairy tale. What is that? Well, it's a little made-up little story that someone made up a long time ago, and it's been a popular one for children all around the world. And I remember reading this book when I was a little boy, or the story. And today we'll read it to you, boys and girls. Well, go ahead and get started. Okay, all right. Well, once upon a time, there was a little girl, and her name was Little Red Riding Hood. Wait a minute. What? Riding Hood? Yes. What was she doing riding on the hood? Why don't she ride inside the car? It's a whole lot better. Well, it was just the name. I mean, you don't ride on the hood, you ride inside the car. They got a seat belt, it'll keep you safe. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't ride no hood. No, you don't understand. Little Red Riding Hood, well, she got her name because her grandmother made a little cloak. A little coat with a little hood. Yeah. And you know why? She lost her hat. No, because her grandmother had a big heart and was a very, very sweet, nice lady. And she made her little granddaughter, Little Red, a little cloak with a hood. And that's why they called her Little Red Riding Hood. So one day, Little Red Riding Hood was sitting home with her mother. What was she doing? Watching television. I don't think they had television back then. No. And her mother said to Little Red, Grandma's sick. Why don't we do something nice for Grandma? Why don't we make her some blueberry muffins and some goodies, and you can take the basket of goodies to Grandma, and maybe she'll feel better. Well, that's awfully nice. Yes. What did she do? Well, Little Red and her mother started baking muffins and cookies and all kinds of goodies. It says right here in the book. Yes. They were baking all day, and near the middle of the afternoon, Little Red Riding Hood put all the goodies in a basket. She put them all in a basket, and she decided to go visit her grandmother. Where did her grandmother live? In the woods. Wait a minute. What was the old lady doing living in the woods? Why didn't she find herself an apartment in town? Well, maybe she liked living out in the country. Awfully dangerous. Okay. She should have got assisted living. All right. Had herself a cook. Okay. All right. I don't go running in the woods. All right. Well, anyways, Little Red Riding Hood took her basket of goodies and off she went through the meadows and into the forest and through the woods to grandmother's house. And along the way, a big wolf came along. A wolf, yes. And the wolf said to Little Red Riding Hood, "Hey, little girl, where are you going?" And Little Red Riding Hood said, "Well, I'm going to my grandmother's house right over there to bring her some goodies. She's not feeling very well." "What was wrong?" I guess, well, I'm not really sure. It didn't say here in the book exactly what was wrong, but she wasn't feeling very well. I know how that feels, yeah. I don't feel so good right now either. I know that. Oh, what'd you get in the Kleenex? What'd you get in the Kleenex? I don't know if I have a Kleenex. Maybe our assistant can get us a... Oh, me and Grandma ain't doing too good. Well, here, hold on, here. Blow your nose and you'll feel better. Come on. Are you done? Come on. Oh, boy. Me and Grandma aren't doing too good. Well, I think you'll feel better. Yeah, just get your rest. Yeah. Well, anyways, Little Red took her basket and off she went from the wolf, and she went over to Grandma's house. But the wolf kept an eye on Little Red, and he looked at her direction where she was going. And she got ahead of Little Red. The big bad wolf went around the trees. He snuck into the back of the house, and he saw Grandmother, and he gobbled her up. Ugh, yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, you'd think he'd look at the menu first. Well, it's just a story, but he gobbled up Grandma. And then he grabbed Grandma's little robe and little sleeping hat and got dressed in the robe and the pajamas and laid in the bed. And then along came Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, my goodness. Wait till she sees this. Yeah, she's going to get sick. Yeah. Anyways, Little Red knocked at the door. Oh, who's there? No. Little Red knocked at the door. And Grandma said, "Well, come on in. Come on in." It was Little Red? No. It was the big bad wolf pretending to be Grandma. Oh, no. What happened? Well, Little Red said, It's me, Grandma, Little Red." And she went into the house, and she went into the bedroom, and there was the big bad wolf dressed up like Grandma, wearing Grandma's robe and sleeping hat and pajamas. What happened next? Well, Little Red looked at the big bad wolf and said, "Grandma, oh, what big eyes you have." Big as yours? Well, I don't know. And the big bad wolf, pretending to be Grandma, said, "All the better to see you with." And then Little Red said, "Grandma, what big furry ears you have." And you know what the wolf said? "I need a shave." The beauty shop is closed. All right. I can't get an appointment at Sutra Cuts. No. Little Red said, "What big ears you have." And the wolf said, "All the better to hear you with." Did Little Red still think it was Grandma? Well, it appears that she did. And then Little Red Riding Hood. Yes. Little Red Riding Hood said, "Grandma, what big teeth you have." Oh, what did the wolf say? The wolf said, "All the better to eat you with." And Little Red Riding Hood screamed. I would have screamed too. Yeah. And the wolf jumped out of the bed, and he gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, no. I loved her. Yeah. I don't like that wolf. Well, just then, the forest ranger. Yes, the forest ranger, the woodsman, he looked into the cabin. He looked in the cabin and he saw what was going on. And he came into the cabin with his gun. And he saw the big bad wolf. And you know what happened? I'm afraid to ask. Yeah. Do you know what happened? Yes. Well, that's good because I don't know and you can finish the story. Yes. Well, the forest ranger, the woodsman said, "All right, stop this right now." What happened? And the wolf got so frightened and so afraid of the forest ranger, the park ranger, he threw up. And out came Grandma, and out came Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah, were they okay? They were okay. And the wolf screamed and jumped, and he ran out of the cabin. Where'd he go? Well, he ran down and down and down and down the trail, and he never came back. And Little Red Riding Hood and Grandma were just fine. Oh, thank goodness for the park ranger. Yeah, he saved Little Red Riding Hood, and he saved Grandma. And they were okay. What about the biscuits and the muffins? Well, let's see here. Oh, let's see here that Grandma and the park ranger and Little Red sat down and they had muffins and hot tea. And they all settled down and they felt much better. Well, I would feel better too, yeah. I'm glad she was a good cook and the muffins didn't, I'm glad they were pretty good. Well, I bet they were very good. Now, what's the moral of the story? Well, if you're going to go see Grandma, don't go off into the woods by yourself. That's right. If you're going to go somewhere, make sure you go with an adult and somebody who can take care of you. That's right. Make sure that you tell somebody where you're going to be. Yes. And go off and make some real good muffins and real good cookies and go see your Grandma and tell your Grandma that you love her. That's right, yes. Yeah, it's important to tell people that you love them. It's very important to tell people that you love them. And I think that's what Little Red Riding Hood did. Yeah. I bet she sure loved that park ranger too. Yes, I'm sure she did. I bet the Grandma did too. I'm sure they did. Yeah. And that's the story of Little Red Riding Hood. It's an old story, and you can get the book and you can find the story of Little Red Riding Hood at your local library, where we find all the books we're going to read. Because all you need is a library card, and you can go to the library and pick out books and read them and then bring them back so somebody else can read them. Pretty good deal, that library. Pretty good deal. So that's the story for today. So boys and girls, get to the library, find a good book that you can read that'll be interesting to you and that'll make you happy. Yeah. I love to read too. Oh, you do? Yeah, I see. Yeah. Well, that's nice. Boys and girls, we'll see you next week. Now make sure you subscribe to our channel, Todd Oliver and Friends Storytime. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, yes, and turn your notifications on. And we will see you next week with another story. God bless you.